It's that time again. That is right. It is the time of the week where I go through your questions, not mine. And holy shit, how many goddamn fucking sex questions can you guys ask me about the fucking Fantastic Four? Okay, look, guys, for everybody who asked me one of those questions, okay, as you can see, I'm a comic book fan, okay, I'm a cartoon fan, okay, but for everybody who's worried about if the thing's dick has rocks on it, okay, whether basically that burning feeling that you had might be that you slept with a Human Torch, no, that's VD, bitch, okay, for all these people who ask, may I recommend one thing to help you, okay? I'm going to recommend something to help you, okay? It's going to really help you out with all these questions, okay? It's called pornography, okay? That is right. If you're way too worried about how superheroes have sex, try pornography, okay? Because we all know that if you're that concerned about it, quite frankly, you're not going on dates. You're not meeting women. And by the way, well, okay, if you're a woman that worried about it, guys will fuck anything. So, yeah, you know, you're getting laid. But for the guys, for God's sakes. But anyway, once again, questions with the men, dumb questions with the men. Let's get to your questions. First question. Hey, Ed, how does it feel to be 50? Old. Fucking old. I mean, dude, it's great. No, all jokes aside, I remember when I was in my 20s, you know, I used to a little bit, you know, get a couple drinks, go out, maybe pop a couple pills, and you know what the thing is? When you turn 50, when you get older, you still popping those pills. The problem is that none of them are making you see fucking things. None of them are making you dance good, okay? Because you got one of them so your fucking heart don't explode. You got another one because basically you're diabetic. You got another one to counteract the diabetes, and you got one to wake you up every single fucking day, okay? Okay, oh no, that's called coffee. But still, yeah, no, getting old sucks. And I love it because it's like I'm 50 now. I know that's not that old, but oh my god, especially right now I have a cast. So it's kind of like, I feel like I'm 50 going on 95, you know, because I have a 25-pound cast on one of my feet right now. So every time I walk, I'm like, oh god, my hip. Oh god, my back. Oh god, my erection. I don't have an erection. God damn it. It's elastic as Mr. Fantastic. God damn it, now I'm doing it. Okay, guys, next question. What's the moment in your life that you realized that your parents didn't always know what they were talking about? Well, that's considering how wacky my dad was. There was a lot of moments like that. But I think the first moment was basically when I was a kid. I think it was about like 7 years old, maybe 8. My dad got me the Atari 2600. Now, if you grew up in like 70s and 80s, okay, as a kid, like I did, okay, you got an Atari 2600, okay, let me tell you something. You didn't know what an orgasm was at the time, but you fucking had one. It was like, oh my god, the graphics, look at what the fuck did they do to Pac-Man? That's a whole nother story though. But yeah, so anyway, so we got the Atari 2600 one day. We go home, right? Once again, I'm like 7 to 8 years old. I'm like opening the box. I'm trying. My dad's like, no. Father looks at me. He's like, you have to understand, this is an expensive, very, very high-tech device. And my father knew about high-tech devices. He was a radio operator in Vietnam. My father had to deal with all the high-tech devices in Vietnam just 7 years before. He knew what he was doing. Okay, he was one of the people we were counting on to win this war. And my father takes out the first piece that has to be connected to the computer. The most complicated piece that you basically had to unscrew 2 screws and screw it in. And that was it. But my father knew all about high-tech devices. He knew all about technology, and it took him 3.5 hours to figure out how to properly unscrew the screws and screw it back in, and there was a switch saying from 2 to 3. And yeah. I think I know why we lost Vietnam now. Yeah. Next question. Let's see now. How crazy is your dad? Okay. So now here's the thing. Now, basically my father was very crazy. And when I say crazy, I don't mean like my father's crazy. I mean, we, the jury, have decided you need to go to a mental facility. My father, one Thanksgiving, we're at my family's house, okay? Basically, his side of the family, okay? And essentially, I'm having a debate with one of my Aunt Diane's mother, I believe, about whether money should be used as a tool or a means to an end. A very intellectual debate. I was probably about 13, 14 at the time. And anyway, so what winds up happening is my father hears it and he goes, "Hey, no! No! I understand that you're saying that the money is not a means to an end, it should be a tool. But let me tell you something. When I was 13, I had a paper route. I was one of the few kids who made any money. And you know what I did? You know what I did? I'm like, I guess you went out, bought a new bike, bought new toys. I don't know. I took my money every day. I lied it on my bed. And I masturbated on it. I went, whoa! Okay, there's too much information. I do not need to know about my 9-year-old father jacking off to fucking dollar bills. Okay? Okay, though. That might explain how he got in Vietnam. You know, he was a electronics. I don't know. I mean, hey. Okay, one last question. Okay, we're going to answer one of the Fantastic Four questions before we go. Do you think Mr. Fantastic uses his powers on Sue, if you know what I mean? Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. And yes, honestly, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, basically his power is that he's super stretchy. One of the problems, though, is the more he stretches, the thinner he gets. Which is kind of why, originally in the comic books, you know, once they got married, they kind of changed his name from Mr. Fantastic for a little while to Crayon Dick. Yeah, that's all I got. No. And by the way, do not fucking ask about the sex game questions that I got about the Invisible Woman, okay? I'm just no. And by the way, to the person who asked that, I do have to say, yes, I do think you would still see the snake. No, I don't see I don't think you would necessarily see its venom. But what the fuck is wrong with you that you even came up with this question? Alright, guys, that's about it for tonight. I need a drink after that one. Have a good night, everybody.